Don't say it cause you know that's why I wanna.
So far in 2022, only 2 songs with a feature credit have entered the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100. That's the lowest in over 2 decades. A feature essentially means the song includes a guest appearance from another artist, like how Daft Punk's song Get Lucky features Pharrell Williams and Nile Rodgers.
I'm up all night to get lucky.
In the last 10 years, typically 20 to 30% of top 10 Hot 100 songs per year had a credited feature. So far this year, we're at 5%, a massive decline. Meanwhile, co-billings are skyrocketing, already at 21% of all Hot 100 top 10s this year.
I want you and it's just nerves, it's just
So what's behind the change? Does this mean more or less collaboration? And could co-billings be replacing the feature? This is Billboard Explains why songs now have fewer featuring credits. Featured billings first became prominent in the late 90s as hip-hop collaborations across pop and R&B genres grew in popularity. Featured listings for Hot 100 Top 10s peaked in 2003 and remained steady around the 20 to 30% range until this year, which has seen more and more co-billings. In a co-billing, collaborating artists are credited equally in the song, often labeled with an ampersand, or an X. This style of crediting was basically non-existent at the start of the 2010s, and now it's everywhere. The driving force behind this shift? Spotify.
I would say it's 85-90% Spotify.
The main consideration is Spotify.
It really is Spotify, even more than all the other streaming platforms, that's driving this sort of change in the way that artists are referred to on songs and making it so that more artists are co-leads or co-bills rather than features, because the way that Spotify classifies these songs.
Spotify has the music industry now tracking an artist's monthly listeners. Co-billings usually signal both acts are tagged as a primary artist, which means more visibility for both. Their collaboration can appear in the popular section at the top of each artist's page, which then can mean more streams for both artists. Whereas on a song with a feature credit, the track only appears on the primary artist's page. And for a collaborator tagged as the featured artist, the track lives in the Appears On section, which is much lower down on the page and has less visibility for a recent release.
In 2022, when 2 artists are collaborating, the goal is to gather some of the featured artist song real estate. And if you're fighting for that, you want to make sure the featured artist shows up as a primary artist so you can get some of their fans. And that's really what this is about.
A co-billing can be especially helpful for an up-and-coming artist who collabs with a popular established artist. Take the case of rising Nigerian singer Fireboy DML, who co-billed Ed Sheeran on a new version of his Afrobeat single, Peru. Fireboy DML's monthly listener count on Spotify before the collab was around 2.7 million. 1 month after the collaboration was released, that number more than quadrupled to 11.2 million.
Co-billings can be particularly helpful to help a song really get the traction it needs.
It all kind of adds up to everybody wants to be a co-lead on a song. Nobody really wants to be a featured artist now.
So even though we're seeing less feature credits, it doesn't mean we're getting any less collaborations.
Collaboration is an easier pitch when it's the X or the ampersand or the and, because we can share in income, we can share in ownership, we can bring multiple fan bases together to help reach the goal, which is for success.
Those in the industry stop short of saying co-billings are replacing features. However, song listings on the charts so far this year seem to suggest it's not totally out of the question.
potion.